Hey guys, welcome back to Heritage Hollow Homestead. Today I am planting garlic. So I want to take you along. I want to show you just how easy garlic is to grow. Let's talk about when you should plant it and like what to expect if you've never planted garlic before. So I'm going to show you where I'm going to be planting this and I'll show you how to do it. So let's go. Okay guys, so Jack Frost finally came to visit, and if you can tell behind me, my okra, it's gone. So I had just one little 4x4 square planted of some okra here. It didn't really do great in that spot, but I'm actually thinking garlic is going to do pretty well there. So I'm going to be pulling up this okra that's behind me right there. And in its place, I'll be planting my garlic. So first, I'm going to go pull all of this up. Okay guys, I'm going to go pull that up. I'm going to leave my garlic here with you and pull that up. I'm going to throw that okra over to the goats. That's one reason why I have my garden here just right next to my goat lot, is so that as I pull up stuff, none of it will go to waste. It either is going to go to the goats, like okra, which is fine. They can eat that. And my sunflowers and stuff like that, they love those types of things. I'll throw that over to them. A few things I don't feed my goats are potatoes and tomato plants. Those two things are a definite no-go to feed to your goats. Those they're poisonous to goats and could cause them to get very sick. So if you like feeding your garden leftovers to goats, just remember, do not feed them not the tomato plant or the tomato. Do not feed them the potato plant or the potatoes. That nightshade family is really not good for goats and their digestive system. So anyway, pull these out, throw it to the goats. So while you're watching me pull up all these little okra plants, they actually were very pitiful looking. I did get a few good little harvests from these, but if you've ever grown okra before, you'll know that usually okra, the stems get a lot thicker than this, and that is because I brought in a bagged soil mix, and that is what this area is in. And I've noticed, just like I just pulled up there, turnips and onions and such as that have grown good in this bagged soil mix. It was a organic Stay Green brand soil mix that I just got from Lowe's in a bag to fill in an extra spot there. All of the okra did not like that particular soil, and I realized that the tree that's behind me actually was shading that area more than what I thought. And I think that had a lot to do with it. Okra really needs full sun, so that probably stunted its growth too. So needless to say, I will not be planting okra back here. I did get enough that it was worth keeping it around. And I'm shaking off all that extra soil though, so I'm not losing it just throwing all of that soil over in the pastures. I'm trying to get that out of the roots first before I throw it over. Some of this. Okay guys, so this is a 4x4 area. It may not look that big on camera, but it's actually a pretty decent size. And I will be planting my garlic in here. This is where the okra was. Just pulled it up, and as you can tell, there are still some things in here. I'm just going to leave it plant around it. This is some collard greens. Those are still growing. I'm going to let them. And these are some red cabbages. I don't think that they're going to quite head up, but I might still be able to use them for their greens. I'm going to let them keep going. And then on the outer edge here, I have my fall onions. Those will be overwintered, and I won't harvest those till next year. So anyway, here is where the garlic is going. Yeah, I also want to take a minute and talk to you about when to plant your garlic. I want to talk to you while I'm peeling these. And when you get your garlic, just kind of, you know, just as if you're getting your cloves ready to plant. And actually this one, I don't know if you can tell or not, already has a little sprout. You're going to peel them apart and pull them apart into individual cloves like that. It is important not to separate your cloves until you are ready to plant them. You do not want to have these already peeled for like a long time and then try to plant them. They don't usually do so well. So wait until you're like the day or the day before you're ready to plant them, and then peel them apart because they will dry out. See, that one's already sprouting. So I'm going to peel all of these apart, and I actually cannot find any garlic cloves. They have any garden centers that have it for fall planting, which is kind of aggravating to me. So I just bought these. These are organic garden cloves, directly out of the produce section at my grocery store. It is kind of taking a chance whenever you buy garlic from out of the grocery store, instead of buying it directly from a supplier. But I'm going to take a chance with it, and we're going to see. I've planted garlic before from grocery store organic garlic, and it did great. I actually harvested all of that, and I used it in my homemade spaghetti sauce I made this year. And so we're just going to try it again, since I had pretty good success the last time. And it is where I'm at here in East Tennessee, Zone 7. It is November 10th, and I'm just now planting my garlic. So I want to talk to you about when to plant it as well, really quick. And the reason why I'm just now planting it is, I could have planted it a little bit earlier, but it is best to plant your garlic in the fall, because garlic needs several weeks of weather that is under 40 degrees, the bulbs do, in order for them to actually, when they grow, as they mature, to actually form cloves. Okay, if they do not have a chill period, they will never grow individual cloves like this. There will just be one garlic, and they'll be a lot milder flavored. So by planting them in the fall, you will I will be putting these in, and they will get plenty of chill time below 40 degrees, and then they will be probably one of the first things that will pop up early next spring, and then they will grow until about July, and then they should have bulbed up and gotten cloves and all the things. July or August, it will be when I will be harvesting these. So I am planting them now in November, but I will not be harvesting them until next July or August. So so you need to pick a spot where in your garden that you're okay with being occupied by garlic for quite a while now. One way I sometimes can get around taking up an entire garden space is I will plant my garlic as a border around my raised beds, and that doesn't really take up a lot of grow space because it's up close to the edge. What I do have to remember is where I planted it, so I don't disturb them a lot when spring planting comes. So that would be an option, and you can plant them in pots or something of that nature, and so they're super easy to grow. I like to wait until after our first frost date to plant my garlic. Old Farmer's Almanac actually recommends that you wait 2 weeks past your first frost date, which I'm right at that, because our first frost date was I think like October 25th, and this is November 10th. So I'm right at past my 2 weeks past the first frost date. We actually just had our first frost a few days ago, but anyway, you just want to be able to get this in for about 4 weeks before your ground freezes, before there's a hard freeze, and I'm pretty sure I'll have plenty of time. So that is why I'm just now getting around to planting these here where I am, and that will depend on what grow zone you were in as to when you will plant your garlic. So when I get these over here and get ready to plant them in, you're going to be planting them kind of like you would an onion bulb, with the little pointed end that will be up, and this flat bottom part will be down. I'm going to plant these about 2 inches deep, and I'm going to keep them about 6 or 8 inches apart. And I'll probably allow myself about 8 inches to a foot in between rows because they need sunlight to get to them. When I plant these, they'll be underground. They will start to root. Tomorrow it's supposed to rain and be warm, like 70 and warm for our high, which is crazy. I can't believe it's going to be 70 here. But it's going to rain tomorrow. They need moisture to start to take root. However, I probably will not ever see I will never see these sprout above the ground this fall, winter. Okay, that does not mean that you did anything wrong. You may not see those sprouts until early spring, but just know, like, they're in the ground, they're getting their chill period in, and they are taking root, even if you can't see anything happening above. So I'm going to take these over here and we will go plant them. Okay guys, so I'm over here, and here they are, and I'm going to show you how I plant one of these, okay? So I just simply make a hole, 2 inches deep, drop it in, one end up, and I cover it up. And I'm going to do a straight row of these, giving them about 6 to 8 inches space in between, okay? Okay guys, so I am just making about a 2-inch deep trench, a straight line here, if you can see. Okay. And then I will come through and I will place my garlic in my trench here. And then we just cover them up. Okay guys, so behind me I got 5 rows of garlic planted in this 4x4 space. I offset a few of them so I could get more in there. And I have one last thing I'm going to do, and it's recommended that you use some type of mulch over the top of your garlic. But I actually am going to be using, it's like a pine shavings that we use in our rabbit cage. And so it already has rabbit manure in it, and I'm going to be using that and just putting that over the top of this. Rabbit manure is one of the few types of manure that you can use that does not have to be composted first. It can be put directly on the garden. Now I do not like to put it on things that I will be harvesting from soon. Like, I would not pour this over, say, leafy greens that I'm planning on getting anytime soon, but because this garlic's going to be here a long time, I'm just going to go ahead and put this, and it's going to have a dual purpose. It's going to have the rabbit manure already mixed into it, and I don't have to go buy mulch. I can just use this and it'll break down over time. And I use this on many things like potatoes, carrots, anything that takes a little bit longer to grow. So I'll show you how I do that. It's super simple. Okay, so here is the bed of garlic. It's all in there. Here is my rabbit droppings and the pine shavings, and I'm just going to pour it directly over this. Okay guys, there it is. I have spread that out, and that will break down, and I'll also fertilize and mulch this, and there you have it. Okay guys, so that's how I plant my garlic. It will be quite a wait. Check back in with me next July or August. I'm sure you'll be able to hopefully watch as we harvest our garlic. And so that is how you plant garlic. Super simple. I would highly encourage you to try it while nothing else is growing in your garden. Go ahead and put some garlic in there. Just remember, it's going to take up space for a while, so choose a good spot for it, or maybe put it in some pots. I hope that this finds everyone doing well. I actually have quite a few other things I need to be harvesting out of my garden. Carrots are going to be next, so I'll do a video on that. And I know that I did a video about harvesting greens and canning them, and I started making the video for canning them, and I lost part of that video. Like, I accidentally deleted it, so I have to wait until my second harvest, which will be coming up soon, and then I'll make a video on how to can and freeze those. So that'll come up. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have a good day.